You guys have been asking me for an analysis of De Gea. And today, I'm finally doing it. In this video, we will take a look at how De Gea manages to make saves from headers and shots from point-blank range. For every cross, De Gea's positioning is excellent. When the ball is far away, he positions himself in the middle of the goal. This is so that he can turn and get towards the far post quicker if the ball ends up there. If the cross goes towards the front post, he is also able to come out and cover the space to be ready for the shot. His positioning for the cross is not aggressive. He does not stand far out, which means that he is not likely to come and claim the cross. We can see this from his very low percentile of crosses claimed. By standing closer to the line, he invites the ball to come into the box, which plays into his strengths, which are his reflexes in saving shots from close distances. From crosses that are inside the box, De Gea's positioning depends on one factor. Will the winger shoot from this position? If he is not able to, De Gea positions himself closer to the middle, as we discussed earlier. If he is able to, De Gea aligns himself almost at the front post, as the shot is the first priority. But how does he gauge this? Firstly, we have the defenders surrounding the player. If the defender is very close and sticks to the goal side of the attacker, he is essentially blocking off the shot towards the near post. Secondly, we have the player's strong foot. If the winger is left-footed from this situation, he is unlikely to shoot with his weak right foot towards the near post. Instead, the likely option is cutting back and crossing the ball with the left foot, as happens here. Thirdly, where are the strikers? If the strikers are attacking the front post, then the cross will likely travel to that area, especially at the level that De Gea plays at. In the reaction to the cross, De Gea has two movements that he uses. Before this, we need to take a look at the turning. His first reaction is to pivot his body around one of the feet. He swings his body to turn towards the direction of where he needs to move. This is important, so that he does not travel in a curve, which loses time. He travels the most direct route to where he needs to be for the shot. The movement that he uses are quick shuffle steps. Because De Gea is very nimble and fast, he can get across goal very easily with this technique. He looks as though he is bouncing left to right. He keeps both the legs parallel, so that when the shot comes in he does not need an extra step to make them parallel before pushing off again. The hops are also very fast. He does not bounce high, but quite low, just to get his legs ready for the shot. Another movement that he uses, albeit quite rarely, is the crossover step. However, he only limits this to one time, only at the start of the repositioning sequence. These larger steps allow him to get across the goal quicker, since it is almost like running. But, he only uses this when the ball is traveling far towards the far post. This is because he needs to cover this large distance without much time. Once the ball reaches the head of the striker, no matter what position De Gea is in, he stops his sideways movement and prepares for the shot. If De Gea is set for the shot before the ball reaches the striker, he takes a large hop. He also swings his arms backwards in preparation for the dive. This is a very similar concept to that used by Neuer. This technique is used to generate more momentum that can be transferred into the action that De Gea has to perform. It also activates the muscles for the jump, which will help to push off more explosively. De Gea times this perfectly, such that he lands from the hop at the exact moment that the header is taken. This makes sure that he can push off in the shortest amount of time possible so that he can make the save. Alternatively, if De Gea is scrambling to get across goal for the shot, he does not have this time to take the hop before the shot. Instead, he sets normally and pushes off from the position that he is in. De Gea dives backwards for many of the reaction shots that he faces. He seems to be clawing the ball away from the line, instead of attacking the ball before the line. This goes against what many coaches will teach during their sessions. However, this type of dive is very important. What De Gea is trying to do is to give himself as much more time as possible to make the save. Also, De Gea is always in front of the line by 1 or 2 steps. If he attempted to intercept the ball in front, he would miss it because the ball is traveling very fast. By diving backwards, De Gea is able to reach that slightly further, which is the difference between him saving it and the ball going into the back of the net. De Gea's reflexes and reaction timing are the most important skills that he has mastered. He is able to push off very fast and very explosively to get to the shot. This is the most crucial factor in him making the saves that we see. After the first save, De Gea also ensures that he keeps a close eye on the ball, especially if the ball comes out into a dangerous area. If this is the case, De Gea is skilled at sticking out any part of his body to block the ball. It can be his legs or his arms, just so he can get any body part behind the ball to stop it. So what do you guys think of De Gea's technique? If there are any other keepers to look at, let me know down in the comments.